morning and welcome to Paradise Goa. I realized this morning, when I was told that we're going to get laughter yoga, I was like, this is really lame. But that was fantastic. Let's give a big round of applause for Stefan. Fantastic stuff. I see that you're all excited to be here this morning, and wasn't that a fantastic opening last night? Great. If you're happy and you know, you let me know. If you're happy and you know, you clap your hands. Why don't we do this standing up? Yeah. If you're happy and you know, you clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, because we all want to know. If you're happy and you know, you clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, you stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know, you stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know, because Brian wants to know. Where's Brian? If you're happy and you know, you stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know, you say Jeho. If you're happy and you know, you say Jeho. If you're happy and you know, because Kiara wants to know. If you're happy and you know, you say Jeho. If you're happy and you know, you do all three. Jeho. If you're happy and you know, you do all three. Jeho. If you're happy and you know, because we all want to know. If you're happy and you know, you do all three. Jeho. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep standing for a moment. Today we heard about an incredible story from Italy. There is a saying that small things are not big things, but every big thing starts with a small thing. Small Varese that I visited, small local organization with the audacity to transform its community. But even more importantly, it's about hope. Hope is a word that's really important for all of us. For those of you who have been in moments of despair, when you think you've lost everything, there's usually one thing that is tangible. It's not money, it's not the people around you, but it's the belief that tomorrow can be better than yesterday. And that drives each one of us. That's the faith in the day to come. A few months at the beginning of this month, we had a huge earthquake in Indonesia. I don't know whether the national president of Indonesia is in the room. When the earthquake happened, the president didn't contact JCI. The first thing he did was, I have to get to the region where this earthquake happened. And I was frustrated because for 1 week, I was trying to reach the president. And when I finally got to him, he said I had to make sure the members of my organization were safe. So it was not about recalling the rest of the world, it was about focusing on giving hope to those in despair. And when I read through the history of this organization, when I read through its preamble, the vision of its founders, it's all about giving people hope and believing in the future. So that's why we do this Operation Hope. We may not raise enough money to change the world. We may not raise enough money to rebuild the country, Indonesia. But maybe our messages could inspire big change. Maybe we could bring hope to the people in despair. So as we look forward to this day, I want you to remember that you may not have gold and silver to share, but you have a hand to extend to somebody that needs one. You have a word of wisdom that you can bring hope to somebody's life, that you have incredible power to help one individual or one community become better. That's the magic. That's the magic of our being part of such an organization. Do you feel the magic with me? Come on! Everybody, you feel the magic? Let me know! Come on, everybody! and Kiara Girl.
Welcome everybody to the first morning show of the JCI World Congress 2018. I am Kira, and this is my amazing co-host, Matt.
Thank you so much, Kira, and thank you guys. Are you guys excited to be at World Congress 2018 in the beautiful city of Goa, in the beautiful state of Goa, India? Make some noise if you're excited to be here. Yes.
How lucky are we that we can look out of this beautiful, sunny sky? For me, coming from Ireland, we don't get out of sunny skies, so this is really lucky for me. So at this year's morning shows, we are going to focus on how we can innovate, engage, and change the world around us. So what we want to do is we want to engage young active citizens and valuable stakeholders. How are we going to do that?
Absolutely, but before we get into today's theme, I want to remember the core of the JCI mission, which is to provide development opportunities that empower young people to create what? You got it. We say that phrase a lot around JCI, and for a good reason. One of the best ways to ensure that this change happens is through community engagement.
And we go to lots of events around our own local communities, around our own national organizations, around our regions. But this time we're at World Congress, and this event is super unique. It's so unique to JCI. This is where all of us come from all around the globe to come together and engage in conversation and dialect, where we can learn how to create impact and share ideas and go back to our own communities and our own chapters.
Yeah, and it's also important as we engage in dialogue with people from around the world, other active citizens from around the world, it's also important that we talk about our challenges, talk about what's working and what's not working, so we can influence each other and learn from what others have learned and take that back to our local communities.
Yeah, so it's really important that you guys don't just... How many of you are sitting beside your friends right now? How many of you are sitting beside somebody that you don't know? Okay, guys, did you come here to meet your friends, or did you come here to meet people from around the world? Why did you come to India? To a World Congress, to meet people all around the world and then sit beside your friends? You've got to meet new people here. You've got to listen. You've got to share best practices. We really need to engage with all of our members from around the world. What we want you to do is, we want you to figure out how you're going to go back to your communities, take those shared ideas, and create some positive change.
100%. Now, there are ways we can participate in community engagement at the local level, ladies and gentlemen. We can attend or host community meetings where other community stakeholders come together and share ideas that change your community.
Or...
You got another idea?
I am full of ideas.
She is definitely full of ideas. Is there other ideas?
I wasn't out too late last night. I don't know about you guys. I was home early in bed. So my idea is you could do that, but you can also go straight to the source.
True.
Go straight to the people in your community who are the leaders of change. Go to them, engage with them, and tell them about the needs of your community. Don't just tell them about the needs of your community. We don't just complain about the problems here in JCI, do we?
That's right.
Do we complain about the problems? Are you awake this morning? What we do is we need to propose the projects at the grassroots level, and then let's get these local leaders engaged to help us and the rest of the community create some positive change.
I agree with that totally. How many of you guys got a great night's sleep last night? Raise your hand. Chipper faces all around. I got a full 45 minutes. I'm feeling great myself. Now, to really motivate you guys, going back home and engaging with your community to create positive change through these local projects, it's very important that I want to tell you about a few projects we've seen that were created by young active citizens such as yourself. I mean, that's how we learn to go back to our own community, is to see what others are doing. Now, in my years as a JCI special correspondent, I've learned of many of these projects run by members that engage their local communities for impact. For instance, I spent time with some people who told me about JCI Dakar Alliance of JCI Senegal, and they initiated a 72 hours COLAG project. Now, after engaging with their community stakeholders, they realized that the majority of residents are actually unable to afford appropriate medical attention. And what did they do? Well, the project provided the residents of Keolac access to medical care with limited to no cost, while advancing global goal number 3, which is, yes, good health and well-being.
Good health and well-being.
Good health and well-being. Global goal.
I wasn't ready for the test.
It was a test. We practiced it earlier. Now, these active young citizens of JCI Dakar Alliance, they went one step further, ladies and gentlemen, by using this project as a platform to engage young people to join the I Am Africa program, which Ari is a huge advocate of, right? You are Africa. Yes. He was also JCI. Now, the I Am Africa project has, they've 1,000 citizens have received medical care thanks to this project.
That really is incredible.
It is.
Do you want to hear about another project?
Yes.
You're really starting to sound awake. I like it. Okay, another project is from the JCI Dhaka Central of Bangladesh chapter. We have woohoo! Is that from their vice president? Very good. So what they did is they engaged with citizens, and what they realized was that there is inadequate infrastructure which prohibited the citizens of Nijamdwip, I think I said that right, it stopped them accessing proper health services. So what they did was they took action. They had a project called Rano, which gave these people who are in the isolated and hard-to-reach offshore island in the Bay of Bengal proper access. Wait till you hear what they did. It really is amazing. They discovered that in the rainy season, the road that connects the people to the medical center gets completely submerged underwater. This prohibits people, especially future mothers, the ability to gain entrance to the center and receive the urgent care that they may need. So what did they do? They built a road. They constructed a much safer road that connects 35,000 people to the community to engage with the centre that has been saving lives, and this has then inspired future local initiatives for development.
That is amazing. I've got one more story for you guys. You want to hear it? Yeah! JCI Columbia, where are you? You're probably out doing this project. That's okay. See, I heard about this amazing project that JCI Columbia is doing, and it's very important. It's easy to go out and attack problems to which there are no other sides, right? But it's hard to actually engage with people who previously you had conflict, and that's what this project does. It's called the Letters of Reconciliation, and the purpose was to achieve stable and lasting peace through sustainability. I mean, it has to be sustainable. Now, community engagement must be inclusive of all its members. And so the campaign connected the citizens of Colombia and the members of a guerrilla movement, which is called FARC-EP, the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, the People's Army. What they did is they exchanged handwritten letters to provide the opportunity to build stronger mutual understanding as they begin to reintegrate into society following the 2016 Peace Accord. Reaching across and loving your neighbor, giving your enemy a hug, writing him a letter. Over 1,000 FARC members from 2 rural areas and 5,000 participants from 8 Colombian cities were impacted by this engagement. And peace breeds peace, ladies and gentlemen, and it's possible. So influencing other communities to launch similar initiatives. Now, through this project, members of JCI Bogota demonstrated that the power of dialogue can create understanding and serve as a foundation for peace, breeding more peace.
Because peace is
and likely. I think it's likely. Yeah.
Matt, I have a question.
I hope I have an answer.
Would you like to go to Europe?
Yeah, let's go. Europe, right? I like India. We can go to Europe next week.
I don't know. I think that they deserve a chance to hear your Irish accent that you were practicing.
My Irish accent, okay. I sound just like her, don't I? You know I'm from Ireland. No, the Irish thing now, you won't sound like. Let me hear your American accent. How about that?
Wow, I'm so super excited to be here this morning.
You sound just like President Dawn.
I hope
No, she's Midwestern. It's a Midwestern. It's a totally different thing.
Okay, let's go to Europe. Who is in the room here from Europe? Archie, just the early birds. Well done, Europe. How many of you were at European Presidents meeting in Zagreb? How many of you took to the streets with the project As I Love? Will we tell the rest of the people about it? Okay. JCI Zagreb in Croatia started a project called As I Love after they identified the need for more opportunities for young refugees to engage with the community. So what they did is they went out to the streets, and we went with them on one occasion when we were at European Presidents meeting. We interviewed people in the streets to better understand the needs of refugees and asylum-seeking individuals, and we wanted to raise community awareness. What we wanted to do, and what JCI Zerker wanted to do, was learn how we can combat inequalities and empower and promote social and economic justice for refugees and asylum seekers in Zagreb. Sounds good?
You know, it's so impressive to hear what JCI members are doing all around the world to advance the global goals for sustainable development.
Let me tell you more about what they
Oh,
did.
sorry.
Okay?
I jumped ahead of the script. Throw that away.
Wait. What they did lots of fun events, because we like fun events at JCI, right? But they didn't just do fun events. They also did lots and lots and lots of educational events to give lots of opportunities. They did events every month, and they even got featured by their local media, which is, you know, it's what we need. We need to spread the word about what we're doing. And how many people did they engage? They engaged with over 190 individuals in the local community.
That's impressive.
Now you can continue.
So I jumped the script to prove a point. You should always listen and engage with the person with whom you are presenting. So that's just a good exercise for you guys. But it is inspiring to hear what you guys are doing. Now, I'd like to welcome someone else to the stage now. Some of our JCI vice presidents. I want them to come take the stage and talk about some of these best practices for local engagement and how we can better engage people and stakeholders. So I'd love to welcome Vice President Rhonda Anderson, assigned to the Americas. Woo! Diana Morgan-Archie, assigned to Europe. Cololonia Sonia, assigned to Africa and the Middle East. And Rochelle Borton, assigned to Asia and the Pacific. Give it up for your vice presidents, everybody.
Test, there we go. Good morning, everyone. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about how we've seen some of our members engage, specifically on social media, as we've traveled the world. So let's go ahead and let Rochelle get started. Or Cola.
I'm not a minority, don't worry. I think we need to have some gender balance here. Hashtag he for she. And by the way, talking about hashtag, it's one of the ways that as JCI members, we can begin to join the conversations on social media. How many of us remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? How many of us participated in the Ice Bucket Challenge? Okay, not many of us. But that shows you the power of an hashtag that went viral, 2.4 million videos. They raised over $100 million for the ALS syndrome. And at the end of the day, everybody got involved. Not just engaging young people, but they joined the conversation just following that hashtag. In Nigeria, we started an hashtag called Bring Back Our Girls. As a result of the aftermath of the kidnapping of 197 young girls by terrorists. And that hashtag went viral with First Lady Michelle Obama joining in that conversation. And before you know it, something that started from a small part of Nigeria went all over the world. This shows us that as young, active citizens, we need to get involved in the conversations that happen around us. On social media, hashtag is a simple way of joining that conversation. I hope to see one day that one of our hashtag peace is possible, hashtag let's do it, hashtag I'm Africa, hashtag step up for Europe, will trend worldwide. And at the end of the day, people will ask what is happening. And I feel that is one way we can get involved in the conversations around the world. So hashtag join the conversation. Hashtag JBO. Hashtag JCI. Hashtag enough.
They only gave us 10 minutes. And we've all got to talk. I want to talk a little bit about storytelling on social media. So as I traveled around, some of you might follow some of my social media, I realized that I was hearing these incredible stories that I had never heard before from our JCI chapters all over the world. And I saw it as my job as Vice President to tell the stories, but I knew that I needed to simplify them. Sometimes we've got a language barrier. Sometimes we call projects by our local dialect or our mother tongue, and I realized that we needed to perhaps translate some of those things. So I created it. For me, I created it as part of my job, and I used to factor in 1 hour at the end of every visit, every day's visit, to just reflect on what I'd seen and tell the story to the world. I had this year over 100,000 impressions just from my little social media accounts. So it just shows you the power of telling the stories of the amazing work that you do. Because this had nothing to do with me. I was just telling your stories. So my encouragement is to think about not only telling your stories in mother tongue, but perhaps telling them in English as well. Simplifying them so a whole other part of the world can understand what it is that you're doing and the incredible impact that you're making. Because I cannot tell you how many people that aren't part of JCI that connected with me because of those stories and said, how can I help and what can I do? So I encourage you to tell your stories. Don't be humble. Promote yourselves and the incredible work that you're doing around the world.
Okay, I will move fast on account of time, just because our European team really cares about it. But I can say that I will talk to you guys about engaging communities. So think of this. Social media is democracy of voice. You now have a tool that has not been available to JCI members throughout history. What I have seen on my travels is that some of my national organizations that use this tool appropriately, especially with pictures. And one simple thing about pictures, keep in mind, a lot of you have general assemblies without this. When you take pictures of this, it looks bad. Cover tables. So make your lives easier. Take good pictures, put them out there so people can see. I have never actively needed to chase down somebody to become a JCI member, just because for all the pictures that I take of the amazing things that I see and where I travel, people come to me and say, what do you do? How did you get there? And how can I be a part of that kind of a story? So think about the pictures you share, because that's the easiest way to engage others. We're good at engaging our members. We have to be way better at engaging the people, our communities. And pictures are a very, very good way to look professional and engaging and fun. And I will pass over to Rhonda.
So I'd like to talk a little bit about going live. Show of hands, who has gone live on Facebook or Instagram? Yes. Who went live this morning? Giselda Leon did. I got a notification from her, a few others. I went live this morning too during the laughing yoga. Great way to try to get a few more people down here. There's an underutilized thing on the live videos that will significantly help your audience. You can tag people in your live video. You can tag your friends, you can do it before you start your live and once you are in your live. But after the live is over, there's no tagging. So take a moment before you start your live and tag other people that are going to be in the video with you, because then it shows up on their friends' news feeds too. There was a JCI chapter in Suriname, JCI female, that during their Kitty Koti emancipation celebration, went live, and the director of education, or the minister of education, was there. They tagged him in that live video, and then a car full of about 6 young ladies showed up. They're apparently fans of the minister of education. And they learned a little bit about what JCI Female was doing at this event. And I talked to the local chapter president after my visit was over, and it turns out that 2 of those women were so moved by the JCI movement that they're now in the process of becoming prospective members to join fully into an organization, which is amazing, all because they tagged someone else in the video before they went live. So I think that kind of wraps up what we're doing today. Thanks so much for letting us take some time and going a couple minutes late. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Rhonda, Diana, Kola, and Rochelle. One last round of applause for our Vice President. That's what it's all about. Coming together, sharing ideas, and making us all better to go back and do what we do.
Absolutely. Our vice presidents are so lucky that they get to travel around the world, meet you guys and hear the stories. But they're not the vice president's stories. They're your stories. They're our stories. So what we want now is we want a little bit more audience participation. We'd like to have a bit of fun. Matt, would you like to have a bit of fun?
I don't like fun. I'm very against fun. I love fun, I'm kidding.
Matt has a lot of coffee in the morning. He's got a lot of energy. He's a great guy. Okay, what we want right now is we want to get you guys engaged. That's the theme of today's morning show. You remember that? We want to get you engaged. We want to get you talking to the people beside you. And not only that, maybe the people that you don't know 2 seats over. We might try that instead. What we want you to do is we want you to tell your story. Just like the vice presidents did here. We want to talk about local heroes. So what does that mean to you? So for me, it was a mentor of mine, my local president in 2014. He said to me, Kira, I think you should do debating. I think you would be good at debating. And I said, no, I'm not doing any public speaking. I'm not debating. That's not for me. And in JCI, what did we do? We said, come on, you can do it.
You lost that debate.
I lost that debate,
Yeah.
but we moved on, and I did debate, and I got a little bit better and a little bit better at it. And then at one of the JCI Ireland debates, there was a JCI staff member there from Europe. She got to see me debate, and then what happened? She talked to Ari, and all of a sudden I was hosting the morning show in Leipzig. So that's where one of my mentors, one of my local heroes, gave me a little push to get engaged, and then from that I got engaged in debating, and then I traveled to Norway, Malta, loads of places, engaging more and more people. So that's an example of the kind of local hero that we're talking about. So we want you guys to now turn to the person next to you, or 2 seats over, somebody that you don't know. Tell them about somebody who's a local hero to you.
You got 30 seconds, right? But don't start now, start in
This is your
5.
race.
Here we go. Start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
How is one of your personal music at you? Oh, you get 2 minutes. 2 minutes. There we go.
It's too early for me to. Well, yeah, I have to say that when I became a member, the first thing that I did was going to the organizing committee. Because I wasn't a member for a month, and I was the chief marketing for a congress of 500 people. That's the first thing that happened. I was just in there, I was 22 years old, and they were like, you know marketing, right? We're doing a congress, I didn't want to join it. I was like, okay, let's do it. It's not only the open-mindedness of how the guy engaged, it was definitely the local chapter that I became part of. When I became a member, they just got out of rough times. They were at the bottom. They were only with 10, 12 people. They had some fights, some people just left. So it was a weird situation, and he really engaged. Like, what's important? He was asking all these personal questions about the mission and about what do you expect of the JCI, those kind of things. That's how we engage people.
Guys, 30 seconds left.
Then you're just in it and you never leave again.
9, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. If you can hear me, count once. If you can hear me, count 7 times. Thank you. Okay. Did everybody get to talk to somebody that they don't lifespan of a JCI member who comes to a conference internationally is 7 years. So go home, tell them about the people that you met, and tell them about those ideas you just heard of.
That sounds great. So speaking of future young active citizens that you're going to go back and influence, each year JCI hosts area conferences in each region so that these young active citizens can gather at the local level to learn about regional problems and see what actions we can take to better that particular region. We have the pleasure to have a sneak peek of the 2019 Africa and Middle East Conference in Baklava, Mauritius, excuse me. Who wants a sneak peek of what they have to look forward to in Baklava? Yeah? It's gonna be awesome. Let's do it.
Je serai en 2019 à l'île Maurice. Allez!
We are going to Mauritius in 2019.
En 2019, je serai en île Maurice.
See you in Mauritius 2019. Thank you.
I hope you make it to JCI Mauritius and make it 2019.
Je viens à l'île Maurice. Et toi aussi.
On est là, on se prépare 2019 à l'île Maurice. Ne le ratez pas.
2019, je serai à l'île Maurice. Je vous invite à participer à la CAMO 2019 à l'île Maurice. Je ferai du show.
2019, I'm coming to Mauritius.
2019, I am coming to Mauritius.
2019, je viens à l'île Maurice.
2019, je viens à l'île Maurice.
Gafar, I'm from Nigeria. In 2019, I'll be Mauritius with my team.
2019, I'm to Mauritius. 2019, I'm coming to Mauritius. In beautiful Mauritius for an excellent conference.
2019, I will be in Mauritius.
2019, I'm ready to host you in Mauritius.
I want to go to Mauritius.
Are you going to Mauritius?
You want to go to Mauritius?
Wow, it looks so incredible. I don't know how they're going to get any work done or how we're going to get any work done when it's so amazing. We have a quote about Mauritius. Has anybody heard it before? It's a quote from Mark Twain, and he said, Mauritius was made first, and then heaven, and that heaven copied after Mauritius. So, I definitely want to go to Mauritius. That conference director is called Lokesh Ojuda, and she has guaranteed us that the 29th conference will be amazing. They're going to have great food, great content, and overall a great time for everybody. Matt, have we a sneak peek at another one?
Yeah. I heard that we're going to do another one here in a minute. Does anybody have any idea, any guess as to which area we spotlight next? America! America, that was loud. Let's cheer. Who wants your area spotlighted next? Yeah. All right, you know what? Enough guessing. Let's just see what we got.
So, what's the plan?
What's your plan?
What's the plan? What's the plan?
What's your plan?
What's your plan of action?
Plan.
What's the plan?
So, what is the plan?
Wait, I have a plan.
I have a plan.
I have a plan.
What's the plan?
I have a plan here. Oh, no, brother. What's the plan?
This plan's gonna work. Master plan, phase 1, side A.
go.
We are waiting for you in Lyon.
We are waiting for you in Lyon.
Much longer, man, I've been living all night now. That's how long I've been on your
Who is ready to taste the French touch in Lyon? As they said, guys, they have a plan, and the plan is to tackle global goals for sustainable development by running the Commitment Revolution 4-day challenge.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I'm very excited. I can't wait. How many people here are from either Africa, the Middle East, or Europe? Raise your hand. Make some noise! That's a lot of people. I hope you and all your friends can go to one of these conferences, because by attending these 2019 area conferences, you'll be able to attend workshops, keynotes, and activities that's going to encourage you to go out and create even more sustainable, positive change in your local community when you return home.
But first, we're here now, right? We're in Goa now, right? So we have lots more ways here, just before we go to Lyon, we have lots of ways here for us to engage with each other. How many first-timers do we have in the audience?
Welcome!
Did you make it to the first-timer session yesterday?
Yes!
How many of you were taking part in the scavenger hunt? Guys, there's a free ticket to Estonia for World Congress if you win the scavenger hunt. Get on the events app, take part in the scavenger hunt, and let's get to Estonia.
How about opening ceremonies and welcome night? Who attended that? That was awesome, wasn't it? Oh man, what a party.
So, we've been having a great time. Lots of you guys got a lot of sleep last night. Matt was here super early this morning, ready for the morning show, and I think he's doing a good job.
I think she's doing a fantastic job. Give it up for Joy.
But when I was asleep, and when you were asleep, and when most of the people in this room were asleep, Matt was up editing a video to show us all about what we did yesterday. Would you like to see it?
Good morning, Go.
Look at this place. Look at this palm trees. I mean, they got big words in the lawn. I just feel like skipping. Guys, good morning, Goa. How are you guys doing today? Come on, guys. We are in paradise. The birds are singing. The waves are gently crashing to the shore. Not a cloud in the sky. It's paradise, the 2018 World Congress. So once again, I ask you, how are you guys doing this morning? Guys, I could not be more excited to be here with you at World Congress for my 6th year in a row. We're going to do something a little different here this year for our morning show, Good Morning Goa. We're going to feature each day a different JCI member. I wanted to know what your day is like. And so this year, we're going to follow a different member around and just show you their experience. This year, our featured member is JCI Germany President, Ms. Christine Lütke.
I'm Christine, I'm JCI Germany 2018 National President, and I'm right here in the place of Goa. It's a beautiful location to have the World Congress here. I have already been in India and I was visiting Delhi and Agra, seeing the Taj Mahal and a lot of historical buildings. So we got to know the country and the people. Now we actually arrived here in Goa for our World Congress. This morning we are having our European Presidents meeting, which is the General Assembly of JCI Europe. So all my national president colleagues and me, we are meeting to discuss several topics which we have on an agenda. We are doing elections for our Development Council. We are talking about budget and we are talking about other topics. President Ryan came to see us and he had some opening remarks talking about his year and how he enjoyed working with us. This afternoon we do have a VIP reception. It's the second VIP reception JCI Germany is making, and I will have a little speech about the trade union between India and Germany. After our VIP reception, we have a JCI presidential reception. I am mostly looking forward to gather with my friends, to work together with the other national presidents, to also have a look back on the year we spent together, the hard work we had together. And we are also partying and celebrating our friendship, but also we are working on really intense topics.
After a long but productive morning and afternoon President Christina and all the national presidents, I asked her to sit down and chat about the evening to come. Tonight is one of everyone's favorite events here at World Congress. It's opening ceremonies, and you are dressed in your beautiful German attire. Yeah, tell us a little bit about what we can expect tonight.
Yeah. Well, tonight it's like the Olympic Games of the JCI world. This is an amazing experience that all over the world we have the same problems, and still we have our national pride. We're like, yes, this is me, this is us, this is my country, this is my national organization, and yes. So I think this is how the world should function.
All right, opening ceremonies.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Opening ceremony never disappoints. We got to meet the presidents, see some amazing entertainment, hear from an impressive list of VIP speakers, and after President Bryan officially kicked off World Congress, JCI India threw an awesome opening night party. Edition of Good Morning Goa. Thank you so much, President Christina.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the experience of World Congress through a national president's eyes. It's a very busy time. You guys work very hard for us, so thank you so much. And thank you guys for tuning in to Good Morning Goa. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's go see the Germans. We gotta get you a picture with the Germans. Yeah. Bye. Come on. How about one more round of applause for President Christina?
Editing that. Oh, thank you. Oh, no worries. Okay, guys, that was day one. Today's day two. This morning, I was looking through the JCI Events app, which I hope you have all downloaded. Yeah, it's on the Google Play Store, it's on the Apple Store. It tells us all about what we have coming up. And today is a really good lineup. We have the strategic planning workshop. We also have the Clean Games activity, and we also have the new JCI Discover course. So I don't know which one I'm more excited about.
Yeah, me too. So let's learn a little bit more about these workshops by transitioning to a special segment to talk more about the exciting impact you can create here at the 2018 JCI World Congress. Today's Action Talk. Now to give a preview of the Clean Games activity and what you can expect this afternoon, please welcome the CEO of Clean Games, Dmitry Iyov.
Hi everyone. My name is Dmitry Iyov. I'm from Russia. I'm a founder of Clean Games project. Clean Games is a competition of collecting and sorting garbage. 4 years ago we held first Clean Games in Russia, and now Clean Games are held in 2 cities and towns in Russia and other 5 countries. It's India, Ukraine, Nigeria, Vietnam, and Japan. In Nigeria, Clean Games held by JCI Nigeria, and we think that a good social impact project for JCI community. And today we will make a little clean game, and if you're interested, you can try it. You can try it, and my colleague Vladimir Gusev.
Thank you, Dmitry. Hi, everyone. How are you doing here? I'm doing right, thank you. We are looking for partners here, and we want to show you how Clean Games really work, and we would like you to participate in Clean Games. And now I'm gonna sing a little song about Clean Games to make you realize what it is about. Thank you, please. I will tell you about some wasted time. This is almost a crime, definitely not fine. Thrown out underwears, forgotten teddy bears, broken chairs, and you know what? No one cares. You can support me a little bit if you stand up and put your hands together, thank you people. It's Clean Games Morning Show. So, it happens in the village, happens in the city. The pressure's all around. You wanna wait for what? We've got to fix the problem until it gets too hot. We know the best way how. You work it out now. You have to find location, make the invitation. Then you announce the rules, give necessary tools. 2 hours people play and get all graduate. Welcome to Clean Games. Week of common eggs. Do not hesitate to participate. Welcome to Clean Games. Jump out of the brains. Get the jumble done. Come on, just make it feel fun. Thank you guys. Give it up louder. Thank you. So, one last word before we go out. One last word. If somebody is interested in this event, if you just realized that Clean Games can be helpful for your country, please raise your hand. I want to see you. Okay, that's nice. Thank you, people. That you definitely should come and try really how it works. You can open your JCI app and find Clean Games event and make check-in 2 p.m. Grand Hyatt Atrium right after lunch. We are waiting for you. Thank you guys for attention.
You're gonna have me singing "Welcome to Clean Games" all day long.
It might make a feature on tomorrow's video. That sounds really, really cool. I'm excited about Clean Games. Something else I was really, really lucky to take part in Riga was the strategic planning workshop. And to tell you about the strategic planning workshop, we want you to give a warm, friendly round of applause to immediate past President Don Hetzel.
Good morning, World Congress! How you doing? Who loves strategic planning? Everybody should love strategic planning. Who went to the strategic planning forum at the area conferences? Fantastic! Who is required to be in General Assembly today? Okay, none of you can go to the strategic planning forum. It starts at the same time, but please tell your delegates, because the key to implementation is our local presidents and our local members, because that's where the action happens. We are a grassroots organization, and we want your delegates to be there. We want you to understand it. We want you to own it. And that's what we're going to be talking about. During the area conferences, we gave you an overview. We talked about the philosophy, the theory, the ideas. But this afternoon, we're going to be talking about implementation. Practical actions that your members can take when they go home to start using our strategic plan to move our organization forward over the next 5 years. So, who's going to send a delegate this afternoon? Who's going to send a delegate this afternoon? All right, we'll see you there.
Immediate past President Don. And now our final action talk about a new official JCI course called JCI Discover. Presenting this course, please welcome Skills Development Committee Chairperson Marianne de Groot.
Good morning, everyone. You may have seen on the schedule that there is a course called JCI Discover, and you might be wondering, what is this course about? Well, with headquarters and the Skills Development Committee, we always want to review the JCI courses so that they are all up to date and that fit with the current day things. So we've been reviewing JCI Achieve and JCI Admin, and we decided that there's a lot of double things that are in both courses. So we decided to combine the two courses into the new JCI Discover course. And that course really contains everything that you should know as a new JCI member or an incoming local board member about how to run a local JCI organization. And what are the values of JCI? What do we stand for? So that as an officer, you're sure to know what is JCI. And you can tell your members and your new members what it is. So the course will be held today at 10:15 in Salau 3. So please go there. And according to the app, it wasn't full yet, so please join the course. It's still in testing phase, so after the course, please give your comments, if you have any, to the trainer, and we will make the course even better next time it's performed. If you have any question, for example, what if I'm a trainer and JCI Achieve is a required course? Do I have to take JCI Discover again? No. If you have passed JCI Achieve, you graduated from the course and you're a trainer, so you have to have had JCI Achieve, JCI Impact, and soon probably the JCI Facilitator as well. JCI Achieve is still valid for that. But then for the future, we'll be replacing that with JCI Discover, so for the new people, they can follow the JCI Discover course, and that will be JCI Admin and Achieve content combined. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Marion. Okay, who can remember what our theme for today's morning show was? Engage. Do you feel engaged? Are you ready to engage on day 2?
Yeah! I like that.
Unfortunately, the morning show is over for today. But wait, we'll be back tomorrow.
We will. Will you be back tomorrow? 8:45 a.m. sharp. 8:30 if you want to.
8:30 for the warm-up. Guys, we're going to leave you with one last quote about engagement. Go out there today, talk to new people, engage with them, and we will see you back here tomorrow for the second morning show of the 2018